I just wanted to show you some examples from the dark web that are very recent.
The morning we interviewed Haywood Talcove, the CEO of LexisNexis Risk Solutions Government Division, he had checked the dark web for examples of fraud against California's Employment Development Department.
Here's another one. This is one of my favorites.
To receive your card in about 3 to 5 business days.
He found these examples posted just that morning. Talcove spent the past 3 years pleading with government officials from the White House to the Department of Labor to bolster fraud protections. Pleas that went largely ignored.
It's easy money.
The result, which KCRA profiled in our documentary, Easy Money, Fraud, Fortune, and Failures, was billions of dollars sent out to fraudulent accounts in California alone.
Of the $177 billion that was paid out, $20 billion is estimated to be fraudulent.
I don't believe it's $20 billion.
Talcove says he did the math using the amount of money California paid out, the fraud rates EDD estimated, and the figures EDD reported to the U.S. Department of Labor, and came up with a better estimate.
EDD spent $177 billion during the pandemic. I would bet any amount of money I have that their fraud rate is much closer to $32.6 billion, not the $20 billion that they've been talking about.
KCRA has been asking for an updated fraud amount since EDD gave an estimate in 2021. They have consistently stuck to the same number, $20 billion, claiming the fraud was all against the federal Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program.
Lines of people outside the offices of California's Employment Development Department. But this wasn't for unemployment. These people were trying to get their disability payments.
Sticking with that number, even after our second documentary from March of this year profiled the disability fraud hitting EDD.
Is they're not just targeting the unemployment insurance system anymore. They are in all your systems. They're using the same techniques.
More money paid out. Money that Talcove says California will never recover.
70% of that money left California. It left this country. It went to transnational criminal groups that have used that money for nefarious purposes to harm our democracy. Some of that money's been used in sex trafficking, child extortion. I've been actively involved with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and we saw a huge uptick in child trafficking during the pandemic.
And as Governor Gavin Newsom praises improvements and leadership in the state of California, Talcove says California is leading, just not in the right way.
I mean, Governor Newsom is a leader. He beat every other state by a factor of at least 3. There was more fraud in the state of California than there was in any other state in the country.
Well, we did reach out to EDD asking about the new fraud number and the claim that all systems are being hit by fraud. In an email, they said that their estimate still remains at $20 billion. They add that the legislature approved money to continue using the systems put in place after the historic fraud hit our state. In strong response to the new fraud number, Fresno Assemblyman Jim Patterson, who has spearheaded the call for an audit of EDD, spoke via Zoom after hearing about the updated figure and the amount of fraud going overseas.
Our history with the EDD is that we were one of the worst in the United States, and the governor has got to stop making excuses. I think the department has got to step up and start telling the truth, even if it gets uglier and uglier, because you cannot understand and fix a problem you will not admit that you have.
Well, KCRA 3 is producing another chapter in this EDD saga as part of our Easy Money documentary series. We'll have that new chapter in the coming weeks.